I just need a little drink. That Henry J is going to be a hot rod.
Daddy, it looks like Green Smoothie.
My plan.
Yay!
It's dirty.
I like it.
I'm not mad about it though. Muscle spasms. Pure strength. No big deal. Just had to completely redo everything. I'm not even mad. Just look at it though. It's actually pretty close. A lot of action on the top end. Race car. It just went right in there. You can't undrill the holes. That motor's not going nowhere. See there?
Beautiful.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. No, I'm trapped again. Got it.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Oh boy. Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for part 3 of the Henry J Resurrection build. And it's time to get the ball rolling on this thing. We've done enough talking. We've done enough digging, trying to find all the history on it. It's time to start turning wrenches. There's a lot that goes into this. So these are long videos. Be aware. Stick with me. Try your best to watch the whole thing because there's some neat times with my kids in here. As always, if you enjoy this video, please hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Let's get into the action. All right, so I had a big plan for the engine for the Henry J. We got it put away, we got it tore down. You know, I wanted to put a small block Chevy in it because I've got a lot of small block Chevy parts. And I actually had a plan to take the motor out of my Corvette, which is a perfectly running and driving car. Not the smartest thing in the world to do. But in the meantime, I came across this. This is a Chevy Camino. It's been sitting a while, as you can see by the mildew and all that. But look under the hood. Big block Chevy. My buddy Kyle came over with his bore scope and we looked down through the spark plug holes of this big block to see exactly what we're looking at here. And to my surprise, you could see clearly a part number on top of the piston, and that allowed me to Google it, and it shows that it's a 60 over piston, first of all, but it also shows that it has a small dome. So these are hyper-eutectic dome pistons that brings us up to about 10-to-1 compression. I also had him use his camera to see the casting number because there was no stamping on the front of the block. So we looked up the casting number. It's a 286 block, which means this is a 454 built in 1990 or 1991. It's a short deck, and this is a great platform to build upon. These were often used for crate engines, and this one appears to be pretty freshly built. I've been piddling with this thing while I can, just a few minutes at a time. So I have wired in a hot wire with a toggle switch. This toggle switch was inside the car, and it was operating these electric fans. I'm not going to be using electric fans, so I unhooked it from in there so I didn't have to buy a toggle switch. Wired this in. This goes to the hot side over there on the distributor. We'll have a kill switch, even though it's out here. That's probably not the safest thing in the world to not have a kill switch on the inside of the car. But we're not going to drive this thing much. We're going to drive it down the road and make sure it shifts, make sure that the engine does okay once it gets a little temperature in it, make sure there's no noises, make sure oil pressure is good, all that kind of stuff. Because if I'm going to use this as a donor car, I want it to be worth it. I want it to be a good engine that isn't going to require a complete rebuild. And then I have wired up a push button. This was also inside the car. So I've got the battery hooked up, and let's see if this push button does anything first. It does. That makes me so happy.
I don't feel good about this at all.
It's gonna be good. I just need a little splash.
It's not going.
Oh, that's precision right there. I just need a little drink. Just, oh. Yeah. What? Good oil pressure, almost 60 pounds. It's not like anything's shaky or wild on this thing. You gotta admit. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, our first test drive was very successful, but the issue was I didn't feel the transmission shift at all. So I went to the store and got 2 quarts of transmission fluid. We'll see if that makes a difference. The thing ran good. Temperature didn't get up too crazy. Oil pressure stayed good. I'm pretty happy with the engine. I just need to know on that transmission before we go to taking this thing apart. Can't ask for much better than that. Good. See, it's not shifting when I put it in drive. Maybe it has a manual valve body. Yeah, you can see it's downshifting. Okay. Let's tell me a little bit. Now we're going to tip forward, just like that.
Okay.
Don't get your fingers in a spot that'll get mashed. Pick up. Good job. Oh, it's heavy. Okay. Well, that was a lot less satisfying than I figured it would be.
Daddy! Daddy!
Overflowing.
Daddy, it looks like green smoothie.
A green smoothie? Yeah, it does.
You don't want to drink that.
No way. Ooh, look at that. You're almost as dirty as me. All right. Getting down to the last few header bolts on this thing. It had mostly header bolts. It had some Allen head bolts, and I have a problem with Allen head bolts. I just don't want to use Allen head bolts where a hex head should be.
I think Alan Jackson had this car.
Alan Jackson, yeah. He probably drove it down to Chattahoochee.
Yeah.
Well, these are aluminum and very, very thin. And I don't know why they're sharper than anything in our house, but they are.
Nice.
If a wrench slips, too bad.
Smash my finger.
Daddy.
Okay.
Hands dirty. Use one hand to kind of guide it, one hand to work the wrench. See that? We're learning. It's fine.
Daddy.
It's dirty. Being serpentine belt, I'm assuming that it's late 80s, early 90s. Big block, like off of a truck.
I mean, this is a truck, technically.
It is a truck. Yes, you're right about that.
Sort
I
of.
was thinking more along the lines of like a dually.
It's a car and a truck.
It's a car and a truck, yes. So my plan here was this power steering.
Something dripping.
Yeah, that's just antifreeze.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Anyways.
There's the neighbors.
Yeah, plan
Here
here.
comes the little screwdriver.
Okay.
He's mad.
The rooster, funny.
Funny rooster. My plan.
I heard the rooster again.
I know.
Why does the rooster keep saying that?
It's just saying hello to all the people who are watching this. It's nice that they made these engine bays so big that you can just get in there with it.
I can ever get.
It's handy. Yeah, go ahead and jack some more.
It's like it keeps going.
Okay,
forward.
all right. Let's stop right there. And we're gonna have to get under the car and jack the back of the transmission up to get past the transmission mount.
Isaac's like having the time of his life.
Oh, tear up the car.
That's enough.
Alright, that's enough.
Yeah!
Yeah, the motor's out.
I like it.
You like it?
I like the motor out.
Ah,
This is what we've
Feels
been
good.
working on for 5 hours.
Alright, it's a little bit of a frustrating day getting the motor out of this El Camino. I'm sure it was frustrating for whoever put the motor in it. Even though this is a big old car, there's still just tight on room for headers and wiring and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, we got the motor out of it. Everything looks good. We got it stripped down to pretty much what it's going to be when we put it in the car. We are going to change the intake and distributor and stuff like that, but this will at least get us to the point where we can slide it into the Henry J. The Henry J came with a motor plate, which I was really excited about. I felt like that was a big bonus. This is the motor plate that came with it. It's super heavy steel, and I went to fit it up on there just to see if it fits. It doesn't fit. These bolt holes don't line up with the engine. I don't know if maybe this is for a small block. I don't really know, but it doesn't fit. But we're still going to slide the motor in there for safekeeping anyways. And we'll just have to do a little drilling, a little bit of cutting, a little bit of stuff to make that motor plate fit.
Some zhuzh-ing.
A little bit of that. It's going to be the hardest thing in the world to make it, to get it there. Cherry picker don't roll real good.
Poor cherry picker.
But we're going to try our best. We're going to try to at least get it indoors. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I could just set this on an engine stand and start working on it that way, but we got an engine stand. It's just in the shape of a 1951 Henry J. So let's give it a shot. Let's try to get it in there.
It's just a deluxe engine stand,
It's
you know.
a fancy, very expensive engine stand.
Right there, yeah.
It's gonna be good.
It'll be fine.
You just know it
It's gonna be fine.
and feel it. Know it.
I think the feeling that you're feeling is
Back pain,
yeah. Yeah.
muscle spasms,
Pulled.
pulled groin.
You say.
My meniscus real quick here.
Meniscus.
I don't know what that is.
And then you're gonna get buried in the trees. I would say you need my help.
No.
You sure?
I'm figuring it out.
You just kicked
This
a
is all
tire
about-
out of anger.
This is all about geometry.
Geometry?
Yep.
Geometry? What does that have to do with geometry? The science behind leverage.
Pure strength.
Daddy, calm down. You just went. Whee!
There's a little bit of rage coming out there, I think. No big deal.
You sure about that?
Ask me tomorrow.
Oh dear.
That'll be when my back starts hurting. 600 more pumps. Be fine.
Would you like me to pump it?
Nope, I'm good. It's a good cool down from
A cool down.
yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm seeing now?
What?
Jack stands. Right square in our way. Now we're ready. Just had to completely redo everything that we've all set up previously. It's fine. No big deal. Look how smooth that rolls though. We got good action though. I mean, we almost have a motor in this thing. So we need to go down about 3.5 feet. Remember all that pumping that I did?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah?
Completely unnecessary now that we had to completely redo how the car was jacked up. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm not even mad. Not a bit.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Not even mad.
What would you have been mad about if you weren't mad? If you
What would have made me mad?
Yeah, if you were mad.
If the card fell off the jack stands while I was redoing all the jack stands, I would have probably, like, let's say I was under it and it fell on me, I would have been so mad that I could have picked it up and done that.
Okay.
I saw what anger and rage did. I mean, I was able to get that thing up this hill, up a gravel road.
And did you know that there was this woman one time that her baby was trapped under the car and she picked
I've
it
heard about
and
that.
she picked it up to get her
Yeah.
because she was so like driven. So you know,
Sometimes in an emergency like that, I feel like the good Lord intervenes.
you would have been like, oh, you got it. You got it.
Get on in there.
Come on, buddy.
See how easy this is? Just goes right in.
Right?
I mean, what else? What else you gotta do? Let it down, push it in, let it down, push it in. Till it's in.
Turn into Rage Monster.
I'm wondering why this thing doesn't roll anymore. I'm not mad about it though.
You sure?
It's fine.
Okay.
I'll just work all night.
Yeah, at some point I would be like, I can't anymore. Bye bye.
Hey now.
Oh goodness.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
What just happened?
you filled with rage.
Yes. Man, this thing, it's crazy. It still needs to go back a foot. I feel like the motor's gotten more and more crooked as we've worked here.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not looking real good. I think what I'm gonna have to do is put a jack under the transmission to get the thing to sit right, and then roll the whole deal. It's looking a lot better.
Yeah.
Jack the back end of the transmission up. That got the thing kind of squared away here.
Why is there so much space?
Huh? How's the motor set back? Race car. Motor's looking pretty good in there. Look at it. See?
We're
See
seeing it.
Do you see it?
We're seeing it.
Just look at it though.
We
The
are.
motor's in. The motor's in. I mean, it's loosely in. It's gonna have to just hang like that. The distributor's too big. It's already bumping up against the firewall, and we're not even back far enough to bolt the thing in. So it'll have to sit like this for a little bit until we get our motor plate modified. Like best case scenario, that's what you always think about.
Not really.
Huh?
Not really.
You don't think about the best case scenario?
No, I think of the worst case scenario.
Well, that's unfortunate. Anyways, my best case scenario was that it just went right in there, just like it did, except we'd be able to actually bolt the engine in. That didn't go exactly as planned, but the engine's in it. We got parts coming. Parts are on the way for this thing. Plan for this is tunnel ram, 2 4s, velocity stacks. Gonna have a lot of action on the top end. Gonna get some gold Moroso valve covers. This engine's set back too far to do fender well headers. So it's gonna have undercar headers. Gonna have to put a small body distributor on it. That big HEI is just not gonna work. It's not gonna work with the tunnel ram, and even if we didn't have a tunnel ram, still wouldn't work. But yeah, this is a good starting point. Having it in the car, even if it's not bolted in, just having it there, that allows us to kind of plan and measure and really get a better idea of what our next steps are. All right, so I was hopeful that this engine plate was just gonna bolt right in to the Henry J because it came with the Henry J. It's got holes drilled to bolt right in, and it will bolt into the Henry J, but it will not bolt up to the big block. This is drilled for a small block. Big block is a little bit bigger. So my plan is to continue using this plate because it's cool and it's old and it's enormously thick and heavy duty. But I'm gonna have to cut, I'm gonna have to trim it sort of like that and then drill some new holes for the big block. So to get started on that, I'm going to trace this out on cardboard, basically have an exact replica of this piece and then see what I have to trim in order for it to fit on the engine. See how precise that was?
We should just use this as our...
That's a good idea. Instead of doing all this metal stuff.
We can just cut it a little bit shorter. Wider.
Oops.
Daddy.
Oh, come on.
How dare you? Very nice.
I mean, that was pretty good there.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this fluid motion was really the best. Being overly careful and overly slow, where you start messing up. Fit it up to the engine and then whittle a little bit at a time.
Whittle?
Until, yeah, whittle.
Whittle
Whittle a little.
Whittle is a fun word.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Who came up with that word? Benjamin Franklin.
Probably.
There it goes.
Oh, we got some action there.
Yay!
Let's get it action. Arts and crafts project.
Yeah.
Fits up under the, kind of in between the harmonic balancer and the block. And as it is right now, it's tight.
Boom. We could just use that. I mean,
Yeah,
is that not perfect? Okay.
Yeah, easy.
And this is the end. We're done.
End of this video, yes.
We're done.
Bye. See you next
See you
time.
later.
And, oh, let's talk about this. The engine's just sitting there. I don't have it centered. There's nothing scientific about this. So let's consider that in what I'm doing right now. So you see right here, it's actually really close to that bolt hole that we're going to be using, which is full of something. And this side has a bunch of meat on it. So as of right now, that's telling me that the engine's not quite centered. But fun fact, it can't go over any further this way because of all this. So
Stuff. Things.
we'll figure it out. I'm not going to get real crazy precise on this. I mean, this is pretty rough measurements, but that looks like right on 26. So that means that our crank center line right here should be 13. And right now it looks like we're 13 1/4. So that's actually pretty close. My plan is to cut this from that area right there, right up there. And then we'll see how that fits. These are Mama's kitchen scissors that we accidentally used one day and then never returned. So it won't hurt anything to use them. The damage is already done. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm basically cutting that curve out.
Circles are hard.
Circles are very hard. They're hard with scissors, but they're even more hard when you're cutting a piece of metal. So I'm going to make this as gentle of a bend as I can. Hopefully prevent any major nonsense while I'm trying to cut it. Oh, look at that. That is nice.
Beautiful.
That is really like
Perfect.
perfection. Okay.
Like the curve.
I mean, the curvature is...
They're identical.
matched perfectly. I'm so proud of that. I mean...
And you were just kind of guessing. You were
I
just
was like I freehanded it. Okay. I'll bet you I won't be able to do it again. I mean,
that was pretty
that
close.
ain't bad. I gotta go up a little with my cut.
Yeah.
Man,
So close.
a lot of people would just put a metal or an aluminum engine plate in it. I figured since this came with the car, it obviously has some historical significance to it. So we're gonna use it. Since we can't just guess at these bolt holes, I'm gonna try a little trick here with some paint. What this should do is when we press our cardboard up against it,
Good idea.
it should leave an impression of the paint, and then the part where there is no paint is where we drill.
Good job, Daddy.
If this works, we get a gold star. Sort of worked.
I mean, you can see where it should be.
That wasn't as glorious as I hoped,
But you still get a gold. I say you still get a gold star.
Okay.
Very circular.
Thanks. That's kind of what I was aiming for. Now this one I'm just kind of guessing at here. Let's see what we got.
Let's see.
Let's see our alignment.
Alignment. Okay, I'll
here
put
we go.
the...
This.
No!
It's
No!
going in there. Yeah, it is. It's going. It's good.
Never mind.
Good.
It's good.
Good. And sort of good. Let's see if I can get a dot to go through the there.
You don't know until you reveal.
It's in a tough spot next to that hole that's already there. And this one's in a tough spot next to that hole that's already there. So I have a plan. So these bolt hole locations are not ideal, like right up next to that, right up next to that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut this first. I'm gonna cut my clearance around the timing chain cover. I'm gonna cut that first, then I can fit it up to the frame with these bolt holes. And they're a little big, kind of wallered out. They're big on the car too. So that can give us a little bit of up and down. And then I can officially figure out where to drill once this is bolted to the car. Got it. Now that is the roughest cut I've ever made in my whole life. But I'll dress it up a little bit with a grinder. It's not the prettiest thing I've ever done, but I'll test fit it and then I'll dress it up more later if needed. Looks pretty good. Not too bad. Let's stick a bolt in it. Let's go like this. Like that. Now that we've cut it, we've got a lot of up and down leeway here. See how much that moves? So that'll help us on some of these where the bolt hole is in a weird spot. All right, so we've marked our holes, and this is nerve-wracking. This is like, you can't go back once you drill holes. You can't undrill the holes. Okay, you could weld the holes up and then re-drill them. We're not doing that. We're getting our one shot right here. So we've marked, we've taken a punch, and we've dimpled, and now we're drilling. And just so any of the haters out there in the comment section, I intentionally put the punch at the top of the hole because of an error in judgment. So it'll be fine. It'll be uniform at least. Even if all 4 holes are wrong, they'll all be wrong. Let's do it. Isn't it crazy how you can see that drill bit like bending?
Oh.
This is why I tell you and the other kids to not walk out here barefooted. Because that right there would get in your foot. You'd have a bad day. Hey. Quit that. Quit it. We could probably go set it up on the car.
Make sure that we didn't
Make sure that
completely...
the holes are... Yeah, let's do that.
That's probably a good idea.
After some pretty serious whittling, we got the engine completely mounted to the car. You can see our cuts, our drilled holes. We got big 7/16 bolts on the front of this thing. That motor's not going nowhere. I do have one more cut I'm gonna make right here where I've got this marked, and that's gonna allow me to run a mechanical fuel pump, which is my favorite. I don't want to run anything electronic on this car that I don't have to. I don't want electric fans. I don't want electric fuel pump. Electronic ignition, I'm okay with, but everything else, I'm not going to have anything electric. So I am going to whittle a little bit more, and then I'll dress this up and I'll paint this. Motor will come back out, and we'll start adding some stuff to it. Okay, unbox this thing. This car, when we bought it, it came with this extremely heavy crossmember. It's very flat.
They like
you all right there?
They like to staple this like really.
You're just gonna have to rip it. Just rip it. Yeah, just
rip it this way.
Yes, power.
Ow.
This is gonna be a long video.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna have to like speed this up.
Anyway, and we're still working on it here.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, pull this thing out of here. We got a bag of hardware, which is handy, grade 8 hardware. And then these two things are the stobs that bolt to the frame, and they slide over the center section. This is a universal fit. Well, we got instructions. That's handy. This is a, even better. Okay, cool. Well, that's some pretty cool looking handlebars you got there for your dirt bike. Is that what you're gonna be doing? They're very beefy.
Yes.
Okay, so notice here the 6-inch drop. The more universal of these, the more common is a 3-inch drop. But the way this thing is set up, we need that 6 inches. And we got this from Summit Racing. They sell all sorts of different cross members, whether you need a tubular one like this or something that's model specific. But this is universal. It'll get us close enough. We'll drill some holes, bolt it in, and then what we'll do is weld the tubes. So the little stobs that mount to the frame, we'll slide those things on and then put us a weld around it so that hopefully it won't go anywhere. Let's look at some of the bracketry here. This is a flat plate that's drilled and tapped. That mounted the original cross member that I showed you earlier. It looks like it's actually been here as well, and they've cut it off. And then this has been added. I'm not real sure what this is all about. Big, thick strap of steel. And then this bar, this solid stock bar, some not so great welds, but this goes all the way through the frame rail. You can see the other side. I'm not sure what that is. There's one on the other side too. But it's just crazy getting up under this thing and looking around and seeing kind of what their ideas were. Like, for instance, while we're back here, let's look at this bolt, suspension bolt that's welded to the bracket. That's a pretty wild concept there. There's another bolt up there that's just hanging out. It's not actually functional, but just some wild stuff under here while I'm snooping around, and especially while I got some light, I can really see some of the shenanigans that went on underneath. So we're gonna bolt this up to the transmission and then bolt the cross member to the transmission mount, and then we'll see where this comes out on our frame rail. Hopefully it'll be somewhat centered on the inner part of the frame rail. Have yet to figure that out. And then we'll set this up, mock it up, drill our holes, and then once it's all established, bolted in, we'll take it all back apart after marking our tubes, and then weld everything back up, put it back in the car. Okay, moment of truth. Okay. That's not bad. That's not too bad. I was afraid the 6-inch drop would be too much. And it is kind of on the borderline of too much, but it's not bad. We can actually lower the transmission a little more. I think we can afford to go a little lower with it. All right, slide this one on. Okay, yes, just like that. A little more. Give me a little more there. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, there it is, mocked up. No, I'm trapped again.
You okay? You good now?
Okay, I think we can mark some holes, start drilling. Yeah. Some good metal in that frame. I've drilled and I've drilled and I've drilled, and I think I've got some action here. So what I did was I drilled a 3/8 hole on the inside of the frame rail, and then I drilled a big old hole on the outside of the frame rail, the size of this socket. See? See there? Oh, wait a minute. Wait for it. Ha. Got it. I got it. Okay. Yeah, we're ready to make some marks and take it back apart. All right, so while the engine was still in the El Camino, I actually did a little sneak peek under the valve cover, just because I wanted to make sure that this thing wasn't just completely junk. And I pulled one valve cover off. It was actually this other side. We're gonna pull this one off and take a look at what we got here. You can already tell. Look at how nice and clean it is in this cylinder head. So we got super lucky on this thing. I mean, it is fresh. It's got roller tip rockers on it. Those are comp cams, 1.72 ratio. I mean, it looks like brand new. It's got some big old push rods in it. Looks like aftermarket guide plates. I can't tell about the springs, but they look like they've been, I mean, that's definitely been worked on. So this thing, I don't know what the camshaft is in this motor. I don't know anything about it. We'll find out more as we take it apart. But just seeing this right here, this gives me a lot of hope that there's some pretty good stuff in the bottom end of this thing. So real good stuff here. We're going to continue taking it apart, but I wanted to just take a look in here, make sure there's nothing out of the ordinary as far as the valves. The rocker arms seem to all be pretty happy. I'm not seeing anything crazy here. And I'm probably going to hang on to these roller tip rockers because you get the advantage of the roller tip without the annoyance of the poly locks and all that kind of stuff. So that's a pretty good piece. I'm pretty happy with that. We'll keep tearing this thing down. I'm hoping to see some more cleanliness in the lifter valley. This gives me some great hope that this is a fresh, brand new motor, that there's nothing wrong with it. I know it had good oil pressure. I know it sounded good, but I would have never expected to see that nice of stuff. There we go. Okay. All right, here's a little closer look in the lifter valley. You can see it's got a flat tappet camshaft in it now, and we're actually going to be upgrading this thing to a hydraulic roller from Comp Cams. It's a very similar camshaft to what I've got in the Corvette. I've been really happy with it. It's performed well, it sounds good, and I think it's going to work pretty well. And by the way, the cylinder heads on this thing, if we can get back here, look at the numbers, there it is. That one says 049. So we'll do a little Googling and see what an 049 cylinder head is. But for the most part, we know that these are more than likely like a mid-70s type cylinder head, nothing real crazy, but we'll run those numbers real quick and come back. I already looked underneath while it was in the El Camino, but while we're here, I don't know why we wouldn't go ahead and take a look. Okay, similar results on this side. Looks like absolute brand new. Everything looks pretty good. Maybe a little loose on a couple of these, but not bad at all. Not bad for a donor vehicle. No, you don't normally get this lucky where you find a donor vehicle that's got a pretty killer big block already set up and ready to go. Let's get a closer look here. Okay, so notice anything strange here? This is a different cylinder head than that one. I'm back from Google. So we've got a 049 cylinder head on this side, a 781 on that side. And according to the listings for these part numbers, they're very similar. So they're both oval port, obviously, we can see that. The valve sizes are the same. I believe these are 207, 172 valves. And then we've got The combustion chambers are a little different. On the 049, that's a 122cc chamber. On the 781, that's a 118cc chamber. Not sure how much difference that's really going to make, but that's pretty much the only differences there. Intake and exhaust port volumes are very, very similar. We got to pull the motor back out. We're going to pressure wash the motor, get some of the grease and oil off of it. We're going to paint it. Beautiful. And then I guess we're going to zip the rest of this off. We're going to take the harmonic balancer off, the timing chain cover off, pull the cam out of it, pull all the valve train off of it, and start putting back with some new parts. So pretty exciting. We've made a pretty big step here, getting the motor and transmission officially mounted. All right, I guess that's a pretty good stopping point for this time. So stick with us. Come back next time. I've got other videos happening in the midst of all this, but when you see a picture of this car, just know that that's going to be your next chance to see updates on this build. So we got more coming, more engine details, more transmission details. We got a lot of work to do. So stick with us. Thank you for watching.